Will AI kill the portals? Today, I'm joined by Rich Hayes, who's the Chief Operating Officer of Zoopla. Thanks for joining me today, Rich. So, will AI kill the portals? Talk to me.
Well, I think the press would have you believe AI is going to kill everything.
Yes.
Our jobs, everything seems to be up for grabs.
Just like blockchain did, just like mobile phones did, just like the internet did, just like fax machines did.
It's going to take time, and I think at the moment all it presents is opportunity for portals, if I'm completely honest, and any savvy business out there thinking about how do they invest in AI to help their businesses grow and scale and be more efficient. I'm really glad you asked this question because I think there's a really interesting answer. I think as things stand right now, for portals in general, this is the biggest opportunity for potentially a challenger portal to close the gap to maybe the largest portal when it comes to evolved consumer experience. I am 100% sure AI will make finding a home much, much better over the course of the next few years. And I think the portal that invests and delivers the right strategy and the right kind of experience for consumers could find itself really closing the gap and really kind of creating an interesting landscape over the next couple of years. I think this gives portals an amazing opportunity to disrupt themselves and to bring a much more enriched and engaging consumer experience when it comes to searching for a home.
The amount of people that I see say, well, you're just going to open, ChatGPT, OpenAI, and just type something in and it'll go and find it. And then that means that your own portals, that's what they're saying. It just so happens those are the ones that are setting up the AI model to do all that.
Yeah, well, the thing that the OpenAIs and of this world and ChatGPTs of this world need is content. And at this moment,
so they're either going to get it from you or the agent's website.
Correct. And the content they will continue to consume is, and I don't want to get techie on you, but basically clean, well-structured, consistent content. So the LLM will go to where a large language model.
That's ChatGPT to anyone. Other LLMs are available.
Exactly. It will go
large language model.
Yeah, it will go to where the data is easiest to read, easiest to consume.
Because that's all it is, isn't it?
That's it. It's going to the internet and it's consuming information that's in the public domain to serve results back to a consumer. It's disrupting Google's search engine, basically. That's exactly what it's doing, and it's doing it in a way that I think as consumers, and I'm a keen user of ChatGPT and others. And it's evolved my search experience massively. My go-to now is ChatGPT. It's not Google. If I went to look for a house, I'd go to Zoopla. I wouldn't go to ChatGPT because I like the way in which the data is presented to me. I like the fact that I get images straight away and listing description straight away and interesting data points around the property or the area. These are all things that are really valuable to me. And I know that Zoopla is investing a lot of time and energy on that consumer experience. And I know ChatGPT isn't. ChatGPT's got much bigger problems or much bigger fish to fry, right?
So do you think almost that people will come to Zoopla or other portals and it will be under the Zoopla wrapper because you've spent decades producing properties and making sure that everything's perfect and clean, and almost like within that window is, instead of the where do you want to live, how many bedrooms and what price, that is where it's going to change. That is going to be a more of an AI experience within that bot, within the
search filters. Yeah, I think, look, search filters will be the first to be disrupted. But I don't think that's necessarily the vision for how AI can support somebody on the hunt for a home. I think about property alerts, for example. Property alerts are a kind of really important channel for any portal. Getting information in front of a consumer, getting them to come and view a listing, right? Really, really important. But they're reasonably parochial. Zooplas have got a lot smarter over the last 12 months as we built a recommendation engine. So we kind of go outside of the exact prescription of what it is that you said you wanted at that point in time.
Yes.
Because often people don't buy that, right? Often people will find.
Oh, I think if memory serves me well, a very large estate agency in Cambridge was looking at a certain portal, and they said 4% of the people, only 4% of the people that sent in, I want to view this, but actually ended up buying a house they wanted to view.
And they might go and buy something completely different in an area they maybe didn't think about, or whatever else. So I think that kind of experience around kind of how we engage a consumer and how we give them insight and information about their property search.
Almost to the point where you could say, you know, and it would all be on the prompt, because everything is on the prompt with the AIs. Hi, we're a family of this. We could do with 2 or 3 bedrooms. And again, I find it strange that people search on price when in reality people search on budget. It's interesting. I was talking to your colleague Richard Donald just before you switched on the camera, and we were saying that if you go back to the 1950s, houses weren't sold on their asking prices; they were sold on what they got the mortgage cost.
Yeah, interesting. And we see that in other sectors as well. I mean, there's you know, Auto Trader, for example. You know, you'll search by monthly budget, right?
Yeah.
I think that'll come into it. I think
that's a huge thing.
Well, the free text search for sure, and kind of just giving somebody the freedom to say, this is my circumstances, help me find a property, I think will definitely be the direction of travel about how we evolve that search experience. So that's really important. And then Zoopla being far more proactive then about, hey, there's a new listing, or hey, have you considered this? It can become a lot more fluid in terms of that search process. The exciting thing though is the information we then get from the consumer, their wants and desires about a property. Our goal is to give that back to the agent, right? So give that insight and that information back to you, the estate agent, because that's what's valuable to you. Not only, you don't want to just get a lead, you want to know, what do people want? What are people searching for? That's the most important thing.
Now, something which I feel that you are at the top of the tree compared to the others is the fact is that you're very famous at Zoopla for, you know, being able to look up prices of houses and things like that. Could you, you know, as someone who's not selling, but I can register and keep an eye on my house, could the AI then go almost after them and say, do you realize I've got someone here that you might not be thinking of selling, but I think your house might be bang on?
Well, I mean,
because AI could almost read the floor plans of the house. You know, so I'm going to be your new technology officer. You know?
There's so many opportunities,
but there is a massive opportunity there.
Yeah,
because that's what you have, isn't it?
Yeah,
you have so much data.
Yeah,
you're sitting on a huge amount of data, but you're not using any of it.
Well, we're using a lot of it, actually. I'll challenge you on that. And, you know, just launched a new product this year that is kind of massively using that My Home data to create a new audience and new lead types. So we're busy using it, and we've got a lot of plans in the offing about how we kind of really involve that consumer experience to give value back to the customer. So watch this space. I think there's some very exciting things to come on how we kind of use that kind of audience segmentation and profiling, but also gather a lot more insight from the consumer, which we can give back to the customer, our estate agent customers, so that they can kind of be better set up to win in the living room.
Thank you for your time today, Rich. If you've got any comments, please put them in the comments. Is Rich talking a load of rubbish, or is he absolutely spot on? Thank you very much.